On the outskirts of human territory, the enormous alien fleet loomed. Their vessels, sleek, metallic predators, waited in silence. What they considered a standard sweep was underway. On the command bridge, foreign officers voiced their thoughts. With calm detachment, their tones laced with conceit. To them, Earth was just another weak planet tucked into a quiet corner of the galaxy, poorly fortified, helpless, its people no match for their superior technology and elite forces. The tall commander of the extraterrestrial empire stood proud. His iridescent scales glistened under the dim bridge lights. Before him shimmered a holographic map of the sector. A smug grin tugged at his lips as he surveyed Earth's defenses scattered like ants across the stars. They rely on hope, he muttered, unaware that the shadow of retribution already loomed. He sneered at the outdated satellites and decrepit space stations. Pointing toward a junior officer, he scoffed. Their fleets are built from rusted metal, running on reactors that should have died decades ago. Before they can even respond, there will be only fire. Laughter erupted on the bridge. They had seen this before: savage races, making desperate last stands. Wild, untrained, easily overrun. They believed humanity would be no different. Rumors had spread of humans attempting to weaponize ancient nuclear reactors, last-stitch relics of a bygone era. Still, the fleet pressed on, nearing the edge of human space. Suddenly, a chime sounded. "Contact," an officer announced, his voice faltering slightly as he handed a signal report to the commander. The transmission played, calm, firm. "This is human territory. Your presence is unacceptable. Turn back or face the consequences." Silence fell. The commander raised an eyebrow, then chuckled. "Consequences?" He mused, amused that humans would even dare to threaten them. "Then let's show them the cost of defiance." He waved his hand. The alien fleet advanced, tight and disciplined. Soon the humans would break. Soon they would beg. But then something unexpected. A blip on the radar. Human ships, not running, not hiding, just ... waiting. Holding formation, daring the aliens to approach. The commander squinted. The formation was tight, precise, deliberate. Not the pattern of frightened survivors, but professionals. He scoffed, misguided confidence. He raised a clawed hand. "Annihilate them." Alien ships surged forward. Weapons locked. Energy flared. Missiles screamed through the void. The first volley lit up the stars, but the impacts never struck Earth. They hit alien ships. The humans had fired first. Counterfire erupted, accurate, precise. Alien blasts missed as human ships weaved through them with unnerving ease. Their movements were fluid, coordinated, calculated. Not the desperation of prey, but the grace of predators. The commander stared. "This isn't random," he muttered. "They're anticipating us." A panicked voice cut in. "Sarawa, weapons. They're tracking our shield shifts. They're adjusting in real time." "How?" the commander barked. "They're adapting too fast." He scowled. These were supposed to be primitives, untrained, disorganized, but the battlefield told a different story. These humans weren't reacting. They were orchestrating. Counterattacks came in devastating waves, exploiting every weakness, every hesitation. The bridge fell silent. Officers exchanged nervous glances. Reports rolled in. Damage escalating. Human accuracy dwindling. "They studied us," one officer whispered. "They're dissecting us." The commander clenched the edge of his console. For the first time in his career, he wasn't facing prey, he was facing hunters. Begin evasive maneuvers, he barked. Reform Quadrant 4. Alien ships scattered. The humans moved with them. Mirroring, matching, predicting. Targeted strikes pierced shields with surgical precision. Not luck, not chance. Strategy, sir. A young officer cried. They're not just good enough. The commander cut him off. He already knew. These weren't farmers turned soldiers. These were tacticians, warriors, predators. Across the deck, panic rippled. Consoles sparked. Systems failed. Every new alien tactic was countered. Every trick turned against them. Human adaptability had become the edge. This wasn't a backwater planet. This was a trap. The alien fleet reeled, but the humans stood firm, unmoving, unshaken. A dreadful truth emerged. The reports had been wrong. Humans weren't prey. They were hunters. Piece by piece, the empire was being dismantled. Desperation rose. Pride cracked. Officers whispered in fear as human ships drew closer, guns blazing with lethal accuracy. The empire, once proud of its discipline, its technology, its dominance, now faced something it had never encountered. An equal. They moved because the humans moved. Each alien ship destroyed sent a shockwave of dread through the fleet. In their arrogance, they had expected an easy victory, but they were surrounded by an enemy who understood them, who knew every weakness. Another direct hit rocked the bridge. The commander stared at the flames. Officers looked to him, waiting, but no orders came. He knew this wasn't luck. This was war, and humanity was winning. The alien fleet tried to regroup, each formation shredded by new human strikes. Transmissions filled the air, wild, panicked voices. For the first time in living memory, the Empire's navy was falling. A trap was set. A feint. A shift in formation meant to lure the humans in. But they saw through it. The human ships moved with unity, with purpose, relentless, then reinforcements. From the void, unknown human vessels entered the battle. Prototypes, perhaps. Ugly, but powerful. With each blast, alien ships buckled, shields collapsed, controls slipped. The humans weren't keeping up. They were taking command of the battlefield. Then came a voice, calm, clear broadcast across the alien fleet. You entered our territory without permission. Now you've seen what happens when humans fight back. Silence. Officers froze. Each word, a dagger, a reckoning. Panic spread. The most fortified ships fell. Evacuations ordered. Systems failed. The mighty fleet was being torn apart. Systematically, the commander scanned the map. No openings, no weakness. Every human movement tensional, every strike surgical. This wasn't luck. This was mastery. Morale shattered. One by one, alien ships lost power. Confidence collapsed. The most powerful vessels revered across. Galaxies were failing. Some tried to flee, desperate, terrified, but the humans gave no ground. No mercy. The message was clear. This wasn't defense. It was a declaration, a warning to all who might challenge humanity again. At last, a final, reluctant order. Retreat. The fleet scattered. The battle was over. Silence returned. Human ships held formation, watching, waiting. They bore the scars of battle, but there was no pursuit, no vengeance. The point had been made. A final message rang out from the human flagship. Remember what happened here. If you return, there will be no mercy. The words echoed through the alien fleet, a judgment, a reckoning. The officers sat in silence. They had underestimated humanity and paid the price. This battle would become legend. They had thought humans weak. Instead, they found a force forged in resilience, strategy, and the will to protect. The alien commander sat frozen. Every maneuver, every strike replayed in his mind. There had never been a chance. His officers couldn't meet his gaze. Shame clouded the bridge. The Empire's navy once dominant was shattered, and word spread. Survivors whispered tales of human precision, discipline, and power. Soldiers listened. Respect, reluctant but growing, took root. Legends formed. The humans, once mocked for outdated tech, had humbled an empire, and worse. No one truly knew what else they were capable of. The empire withdrew, quietly, cautiously, and for the first time in decades, they re-evaluated their strength. Because that day, they learned the hard truth. Power alone does not guarantee victory, and underestimating your enemy is the first step toward defeat. Human fleets remained in place. Vigilant, no. Celebration, no parade, only a silent understanding. This was just the beginning.